Actually, wait till somebody confirms in like the chat that we are once again live.
Yep. I have the stream. The stream is now live.
Okay. Hello, welcome to Pen and Pixel. This is a show where we play role-playing games. Tonight we're playing the Dresden Files RPG. If you're not familiar with the Dresden Files, it's a series of novels by Jim Butcher. There are a ridiculous number of novels in the series, like 15. And the basic setting is it's the real world, except living alongside vanilla mortals are magic users, monsters. If you've ever watched Buffy the Vampire Slayer or Supernatural or any kind of show like that, you're familiar with this kind of urban fantasy. We will be playing in a supernatural version of Detroit, and we'll be playing with the following characters. Brian.
My character is a wizard by the name of Evan Sparkplug McAllister.
Ugh.
Important to note, Sparkplug is not his actual middle name. That's a nickname.
Yeah, he was given it by Optimus Prime. And Evan Sparkplug McAllister is a man who.
That's all.
I am a wizard. I shoot lightning from my hands and from my rune engraved cult revolver. Now, should I go through my backstory and stuff?
I don't know. I feel like we might want to like let that come out through play.
Well, I am a wizard, Harry. So.
And
How many times can we say wizard in a single intro?
Wizard, 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 wizard.
I mean, we're playing in a series of books that is about a wizard.
Wizard, wizard, wizard.
The member of a global organization consisting of wizards.
Wizard, wizard, wizard.
Vex.
Oh,
tell us about your newborn baby character.
Brand new character.
My character is the manly character named Rex Remington.
Oh.
Yep.
It no way sounds like a gay porn star.
That's fine. You don't know everything about him. He's an ex-Special Forces. He was recruited by the Venatori Umbrorum, and he now works for them.
And the Venatori are a shadowy organization of basically mortal monster hunters within the world of the Dresden Files.
Their tagline is Masons with machine guns.
That brings us to Tom with his dapper Velociraptor.
Alright, so my character is Grant Doyle. He is a changeling, which is a half fairy, half man. Things in the Never Never like to fuck us. He has also acquired a amber tooth during his travels, which allows him to turn into a velociraptor.
like proper fucked.
Proper fucked. He struggles between his heritage, the raptor thing, and when he's not doing that, he's a private investigator trying to pay his bills.
Before I get into my character, I just want to say Tom mentioned the Never Never there. If you've never read the books, the Never Never is a dimension that sort of exists alongside ours, touching it in various places. And like every fairy book character that you've ever heard of lives in the Never Never, and it can come out of the Never Never and into our world.
Now, what places does it touch?
Well, I mean,
I don't have a doll to show you.
Can you show me on the doll?
And that brings us to me. I am Liam O'Connor. I am, despite my Irish heritage, coming from a small village in Ireland, I have found an item of power, a gauntlet known as Odin's Fist. And with it, I wield the power of the Allfather and fight in his name. And he's charged me with the mission of inspiring a new generation of Einarjar to fight alongside him in the upcoming Ragnarok.
Cool. And that brings us to me. I'm Dave. I'm going to be the GM for the game. So I'm going to be running the world, creating most of the NPCs, and
Trolling us viciously.
Yeah,
trolling
doing
the
horrible
players
things to
viciously.
us.
And I will say that this is an odd RPG in that I sort of yield a lot of my creative power over to the players, who can use game mechanics to influence my storytelling and make me do things I don't want to do.
Like the sandbar.
Yeah, yeah. So you guys are gonna see them like making declarations of things that I will then have to change in my worlds. Yeah, so it's gonna be interesting.
I feel like before we get started, Dave, maybe you should, because this is such a big mechanic in the game, maybe you should explain how aspects work and like how they interact with the fate points.
Oh, yeah.
Please,
okay.
for those of us that haven't read the book and are about to play.
Oh, like me.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Okay,
I haven't read the
so,
book at all.
I mean, in the average RPG, the mechanics basically deal with, how your characters physically accomplish things. You have a shooting skill, you roll dice, that's how good you shoot. And I mean, that's pretty much how every game works. But not so in the Dresden RPG. Of course, those things exist, but almost more importantly, there are things called aspects. And aspects, characters have aspects, and places have aspects, and scenes can have aspects. And aspects are basically sort of flavorful catchphrases and taglines. So,
If I can quote from the book real quick, if your skills are what your character can do, your aspects are who your character is.
yeah. So, to give you guys an example, for Liam, he's the Fist of the Allfather. That's one of his aspects. But obviously, the more fun and interesting one is one of his trouble aspects, which is an aspect that's going to be making trouble for him, is I reckon I can take him. And this is basically, there are different ways this can come up and play. The simplest is I, as the GM, can compel aspects. So when Groom enters a situation and, there are a bunch of guys who are giving him trouble, I will say, hey, John, I think Liam reckons he can take him. He'll get, they're called fate points, and it's basically sort of like an in-game currency to make him be able to do cool things down the line. But because I'm using his aspect to get him in trouble, he gets cool fake internet points.
Yeah, and if I want to ignore him trying to compel me to respect one of my aspects, I have to pay him a point.
And
And
then
we
also-
as characters can compel the aspect ourselves to get the fate point.
Yeah, it's basically, it's a whole bunch of odd, wonky mechanics that create weird storytelling things from RP. So we'll see how it works.
And the other fun way we can spend fate points that Dave was touching on at the beginning of the game is we can just spend a fate point to declare something is true and something about the world, and Dave gets veto power over this. But for a good example, the one we keep using to explain it is Dave says we walk into a bar. I give Dave a fate point and I say it's a gay bar.
Yep.
And if he accepts the fate point, then it becomes true. The bar becomes super gay.
It is important to note that for a lot of things, especially something that's helpful to your character, you can always make the declaration that, if you're trying to sneak into a building, you can try to declare that, oh, look, my character notices that there are like vents or ducts in the building that I can sneak through. But for things like that, I will require some sort of skill roll. It won't just be they give me a fate point and they get cool stuff. They have to mechanically earn it. Yeah.
Sounds good.
And as we play, you guys will see, I mean, if you've ever played an RPG before, how strange this game is. And I'm going to occasionally just yell and scream for no good reason.
It should be pointed out before we started this, Dave said, yeah, I will run anything you guys want.
It's true. And I didn't think this was going to happen, but it did. And now I must pay the piper.
Well, I guess get piped upon.
Yeah. Okay, so I guess if there's no further business, let's get started.
And get that pipe in your mouth.
I mean, I can go going if you want.
No.
No?
Okay.
Right. So we shall enter play. Hold on, let me move our thing over. Bam. Did it work?
Nice.
Yeah, you guys.
Neat.
You guys have all arrived at the Michigan Continental Hotel, and you're now all sitting together after being summoned forth by Mr. Grant Doyle, who apparently was informed that there would be someone stopping by with some sort of big business. There's a big job coming down the pipeline, and he thinks he's gonna need some backup on this one.
So I would like, Dave, if I can, I would like to be the last to arrive.
Okay, cool. Yeah, so the Michigan Continental Hotel, as you guys all know, is, because I mean you've all been there before, it's basically a pillar of the Detroit supernatural community. There's, if you would like to imagine the hotel from John Wick, but it's instead of assassins, it's full of wizards and practitioners and stuff like that,
And also assassins.
and also venatory assassins. Yeah, but the interesting part about the Michigan Continental Hotel is that in the it used to be the old like Michigan Railroad station, and obviously now it is no longer in use in that way, but because it used to be sort of a big like nexus point for mortal travel, it now has a variety of sort of never access points. So it's an easy supernatural traveling ground. But yeah, so I think you guys will all meet at the bar in the Michigan Continental Hotel, and I'll give you guys a few moments to flex your RP muscles a little bit, maybe have some chit chat among your characters.
Oh, I got some things to say.
Yeah, I can imagine.
So when I walk into, I see like, are you guys all sitting at the bar already?
I am, yeah.
I am.
You guys are all sitting
We're just
together.
waiting on you.
Not drinking too heavily.
All right. So when I catch sight of Evan, I immediately start like my shoulders square, and I like pick up the pace as I start walking towards him, and I like pull him around in his chair by his shoulder. I'm like, you got a lot of fucking nerve showing your face to me again.
Hey, I remember you. You're the Lucky Charms guy, right?
I'm the guy that you drugged, and because of it, a girl is dead.
Yes, but we also saved that man's life as well.
I don't give a damn about him. I care about that girl. Kimberly Jeffries. That was her fucking name. And her blood is on your hands as sure as it is on that man's. If you hadn't stood in my way, we could have stopped him before that girl died.
And you were just gonna, what, punch him repeatedly until he died? I saved his life. Yeah, someone else died, but it happens. Everyone goes at some time.
Yeah, and it was his time, not hers. He made his choice.
No, well, he didn't make his choice to be that for that long, if you get what I'm saying.
Listen, I've had some time to learn about the man's situation. The wild hunt.
Yeah.
You get the choice. You can fight. You can fight with them, or you can flee. And everybody knows that fighting with them is essentially saying that your life means more than the people you might run across.
Yes, but that's
the
only
kind of
for
selfish
the night.
life.
It's just for a night. He shouldn't have stayed that way. I fixed it.
Who's gonna fix her?
The coroner, the guys at the mortuary, the funeral director, those guys.
You're a real son of a bitch, aren't you?
Well, yeah, kind of. And I'm gonna turn back and just kind of like take the shot that I had in front of me.